soothe my fellow TikTokers. I've been on TikTok since 2020, the end of 2019, and I ended with 140.7 thousand followers. And so I'm on here to talk about the band and what creators can do and what they need to stop doing. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, feel free to pause the video and comment, ask questions. I'm over here on Instagram as well because I know a lot of TikTokers, they're feeling like refugees. Where are we going to? All of these questions. And so I'm here to talk about that, right? So let's talk about what y'all and we need to stop doing. You need to stop saying that other platforms are hard. Because if you remember, once upon a time, you felt that TikTok was hard, right? And if you're honest, especially of the recent last 2 years, that TikTok algorithm has been playing with you, right? You can't even pin down what the algorithm wanted. You couldn't. Right. So first they wanted you to do videos of just 7 seconds because they said that most people are not going to watch a video longer than 7 seconds. And then they said you needed to post longer than 7 seconds. And then they started docking you if you did that. And then they wanted you to post videos longer than a minute and they would boost you. Then they took that away and went back down to the 7 minutes. Then when they introduced photos, they would encourage you on the screen to post photos, and they would say photos are getting more views on average X, Y, and Z. So it's been a moving target. If you're honest, say there. TikTok had been a moving target for a long time. People have been fussing, and y'all know if you've been on TikTok, you know I'm telling the truth. People have been fussing about being shadow banned, how to get off of shadow ban since I got on there, right? So what you need to stop doing is thinking that TikTok was this just amazing algorithm. It wasn't. Be honest. You fussed about that, right? And I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy TikTok because I did. I got a lot of business, many clients, and I met beautiful people on TikTok, right? But what I see creators doing is pigeonholing themselves to TikTok, hoping TikTok comes back. What this should teach you is not to put all your eggs in one basket. This needs to teach you to expand, right? Because somebody here said they hate TikTok, right? So everybody has their own preference, but what you can't do is depend on one stream to fuel whatever it is that you're doing. I think that's the biggest lesson here, right? And so a lot of creators are pigeonholing themselves and saying, "Oh, I hate Instagram. They don't give me followers. They don't show me to anyone." Have you ever tried to see what the algorithm of Instagram works with? No. You just wanted to plop your leftover TikTok videos. Hey, how you doing? You wanted a place to post your leftover TikTok videos, and you did that to YouTube too. Let's be honest. And it didn't work well for you. So what didn't work well was your social media strategy, not the actual platform. So what you need to do is get well versed in how these algorithms work and work them to work for you, as opposed to limiting yourself and hoping that TikTok comes back. Y'all remember a couple of years ago, TikTok was under scrutiny for sharing your information or whatever, and you didn't even care. You stayed on there and hoped that they prospered, right? So here we are again where they're showing you instability. Are you going to continue to hope and rest assured in instability, or are you going to become empowered in your social media strategy and expand some? So let me stop right here. How you doing? How you doing? Right? So if you've been on TikTok, you know I am telling the truth. Now, what to do next, even if TikTok comes back, because there's some theories about that. I'm not even trying to get into that. That's not the purpose of my video. But even if TikTok does come back, it is time for you to expand. It's time for you to learn something different on social media because these platforms come and go. Remember MySpace. Remember when Facebook was hot. Yeah, you're welcome. Remember when all these different things were hot? Then look at the way that each platform upgraded, right? So Facebook has some upgrades. Instagram has some upgrades since we went to TikTok, right? So it's time for you to explore other options. YouTube has a shorts feed that functions very much like TikTok did in the sense of editing, right? The editor is not the same platform. YouTube has different features that TikTok did not have that could work into your benefit, right? So I want y'all to stop going into this tizzy of, oh, where are we going to go? And then you're trying to get on Lemonade and now Lemonade is gone because you're trying to stick with TikTok, right? In the same form because we are creatures of habit. This should shake you out of your habit and encourage you to do something different, right? So now, what would I like to say about YouTube? Because I've been intentionally putting my energy into YouTube over the last 8 months. YouTube Shorts feed is working for you. They want to push the information out to the audience that wants to deal with you. They want to do that, right? So you're going to have to learn. Maybe you need to get on the channels of some of these subscribers that teach you YouTube strategy. And it's not that difficult, okay? I have been experiencing a lot of traffic on my YouTube shorts just by following some simple things that were offered to me. The title matters, the caption matters, the video quality matters, right? All of that matters. So if you have not been looking into that, hashtags matter. Do you know who your audience really is? A lot of people on TikTok could function without understanding a niche. Do I think you need a tailored tight niche? No, because if you are the brand, then people are going to love whatever it is that you're doing, but you do need something general that you're known for, right? And we didn't necessarily need that on TikTok, although some people did it and prospered with it. Who is your audience? Who are you talking to? What would you like to accomplish? Now you're going to have to put some brain power in your social media strategy. Whereas you were used to jumping on TikTok and letting them do or not do for you and then complain about it. Let me prove it to you. Why do you think on TikTok we needed all those follow trains? Because people were trying to get followers, and then the follow train didn't even work. You didn't even know how to get followers, right? What I'm saying to you is you are a creature of habit and you're just kicking against change, okay? Think about all the hashtags you have used and you couldn't figure out which ones were good, right? You didn't put a lot of brain power in your social media strategy, but now it's time. It's time. What else do I need to say? If you were earning money on TikTok, and I had different streams of income on TikTok as well, other platforms have the same thing. Other platforms have the same thing. Okay. Now, what I love about YouTube is on TikTok, we were mostly focusing on short form videos. We needed it to be less than 7 seconds. That means you couldn't get a full message out. That means you couldn't build a true solid audience, right? I had 140.7 thousand followers, and very few of them were watching my full videos. But on YouTube, people look for my videos and they want them long form. All right. So this is a plus for us because now you don't have to scurry to figure out what they want to hear in the amount of time because TikTok fostered that. YouTube Shorts is similar. So if you are a short form type of creator, you can benefit there. Also, if you are a long form, you like long videos, you tend to stretch out your teachings and you want to luxuriate in it and people want to luxuriate in you, then YouTube long form is a good option for you. Because then you're going to draw people who actually want to hear what you have to say. They're going to listen to your content on the way to work. They're going to listen to your content on their break. That's going to give you watch hours. That wasn't available on YouTube. I mean, TikTok. Let's see what y'all saying. People don't like being hurted. Right. I agree. So the answer to not being hurted is make choices before they hurt you. Right. Because most people, again, like I said, they got tunnel vision. They got tunnel vision, and TikTok was the only thing. And they got so comfortable so that they could be hurted. So I think if you want to not be hurted in a certain direction, then you need to be empowered in the choices that you're making. That means on social media, expand. Years ago, when I first got online, and this was back in 2008, and workshops were popular. I used to watch a lot of workshops. And one of the things they said to me that stuck with me is you do not want to depend on social media for your business. It's a beautiful tool. You need an email list. You need communities off of that social media channel, right? And I say the same thing to everybody. If business is important, and following is important, and community is important, you need to build that on social media platforms and off of social media platforms, right? So for me, I have groups on Facebook. I have that message group on Instagram. I have the band, and I have several groups by interest, fitness, emotional wellness courses that I've taught. So I highly recommend that to you. If you're worried about business and community, it's time for you to realize that those followers, those clients, those who are interested, those leads cannot be in the hands of a social media platform. It comes from there and it's beautiful, but you can't leave it there. I hope this leads people into more empowerment, more ownership of their business. I hope that this leads people into rather than fear, right? Because again, YouTube has some beautiful features. So here's what you should know. If you are migrating to YouTube and you want to use that shorts feature, one of the things you need to do is really start listening to some of the creators who have had success. They give you good tips. Follow it. You're going to have to experiment. Okay, that's the name of the game. You're going to have to experiment and see what works. What I learned on YouTube Shorts is sometimes using your hashtags can work against you because you narrow your audience and then YouTube sends it only out to that audience rather than pulling from the content of the video and your captions and sending it out to people who are searching for those things or who tend to watch those kind of things. So on my YouTube shorts, I don't use hashtags anymore. And if I do, let's say I posted something about Tina Turner, I might hashtag Tina Turner. That's it. So I've learned that. I've learned the importance of strong catchphrases in the title, in the cover, right? These are things you were not thinking about on TikTok, right? I've learned that you need to use your capital letters. You need to use red letters and red blocks. You need to use a lot of different things. So I would say get on somebody's page that is teaching you how to grow on YouTube. Hey, Jersey girl. And Instagram. Let's talk about Instagram because Instagram is getting a bad rap. Like people think nobody likes Instagram, but clearly Instagram is prospering. Now, when you say Instagram doesn't show me to anyone, here's what I learned on Instagram. There's a method to the madness. Just like there's a method to the madness of YouTube, right? So I've learned on Instagram that you need to use trending sounds. On TikTok, you didn't have to use trending sounds and you could still make it. On Instagram, it is to your benefit to use trending sounds and know that there's a difference between what do we call this? The artist's sound and then original sounds posted by users. You need to play with that and see the difference because that matters. They show you what's trending, use what's trending. Your captions matter. You want to put on the screen lots of words. And here's the thing that's different in Instagram from TikTok. TikTok tried to do this. They tried to encourage you to post more words in your caption because I remember the prompt. It said Tell more about your video for more views. So they were trying to go in that direction. On Instagram, they want you to write. They want you to type in that caption. And it's to your benefit to do that because that's giving the algorithm an idea of who your ideal audience is. So picture you don't type anything in the caption and you don't put anything on the screen and you don't use trending sounds, then you're not making it work for you. So you can't say Instagram is just not doing this. That's not true. Hello there. So again, my word to all the people who are experiencing some kind of dilemma about the TikTok ban, you're gonna have to open your mind. All of your eggs shouldn't have been in that basket. Now you're seeing why. It's a teachable moment. You need to come off of these biases you have about platforms and really look at what could benefit you. You're going through trying to look for TikTok. Nothing is going to be like TikTok. You're right. And you've been fussing about TikTok for years, many of you, but you're still looking for it, something like it, because it's familiar, right? But it's time for you to expand. And let me tell you, I understand YouTube for many years has felt like a giant to me. It felt intimidating. I had a YouTube account since 2000, I think it's about 2011, and I had less than 100 followers at one point after all those years. And here I was saying, YouTube doesn't work. YouTube is not for me. YouTube. It's not true. You tell yourself a lot of self-limiting illusions. You sell yourself your illusion, you believe it, you feel it, and then you go share with other people. So I'm trying to give you some direction and some hope. If you like long form videos meaning videos longer than 10 minutes, if you like them, there's a place for you on YouTube. There was not a place for that on TikTok, although they did let you post videos up to 10 minutes when they upgraded those features. It still didn't work well because TikTok was a short form platform, short videos. And it's not because people's attention span is short, because people pay attention to what they want to pay attention to. It's because the app fostered that. The way that they herded you was to decrease your attention span. And then you're getting half information. You're getting 2 seconds of information, walking away thinking you're fully educated, right? So if you like long form, tongue tied, YouTube is going to be the place for you. I encourage you to look at your titles. Look at what people are doing in their descriptions. The creators who are successful on YouTube, they have a lot of stuff in their description. Look at it, right? Because again, that's helping you. The biggest lesson, again, summarizing, if you just popped on, the TikTok ban is a dilemma, yes, because we were used to being on there. But it's time to expand. It's time to open your mind. It's time to come out of some of these self-limiting beliefs that you've been having about content creation. Yes, TikTok did make it easy, but anybody fussing about that TikTok, that Instagram and YouTube Shorts editor is not as good and stuff like that, you need to play around because you will find some features that were not there on TikTok. I'm telling you, it's just that you got used to that. And you need to open your mind. Okay? Now, what I will say as I'm ending this is TikTok is giving you clues and hints into what this might look like. They've been saying all the way up until now, if they don't sell, if they don't sell, if they don't sell, right? And then now we have the President Trump saying he wants to keep TikTok because he done made 1 million followers, okay? And he's selling his cereal on TikTok. So he wants to keep it. Now he's the father of the TikTok problem some years ago, but now he wants to keep it. At the end of the Biden term, he's going to come in and need to save the day. It's another herding thing. You don't want to be herded, right? then you got to pay attention. And you got to let what you learn as you pay attention expand you into out of limitation. Okay? So, again, I didn't really think they were going to go dark like that immediately. But I remember an article I read a few days ago that said if it should go dark, if it should go dark, right? Notice the app is not unavailable. You can click on it. So the app has not disappeared. There's still time for them to do something about it. Okay, and they probably will. They keep saying, and he may grant an extension. He is working with us. They're giving you clues into what is probably going to come about. So stay tuned. But guess what? Even if it does come back, you still going to put your trust there? Or are you going to expand? Where's your website? I know for a long time I didn't have a website because I operated off of social media. And there's this myth that you need a business email. No, you don't. Okay, get you a business email, sign up for Linktree, get some way to pull out contact information, some kind of contact form. You don't even need a full web page. You could just get a one-page site. These days, AI will create the website for you. You don't even have to do drag and drop anymore. Get you a one-page website with a contact form and invite them to your email list and make sure you keep that email list, or set up a blog. Okay, but set up a blog that allows you to pull your email list from it, export it. That's what you need to do. Okay, even if you use something like, when I remember when I was on Facebook Business, I haven't used it for years, but I went back to it last night. Facebook Business had some excellent features on that account. They had a contact form, they had business hours, they had questions. There was a bot on there. So you could go to Facebook Business in the meantime, right? So again, stop scurrying, stop limiting yourself. Okay, so here's some self-work. Let me give you some self-work because I think this is essential. Here's the self-work. What am I fearing in this? What do I need to learn more of? What do I need to do less of? You see, if you don't spend all your time scrolling on TikTok, you could be scrolling creators who teach you how to be successful on some other platforms. You could do that. Right? What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? What kind of fear is in here? Where am I harboring self-limiting beliefs about social media? I can remember being on Instagram and not getting past 200 followers for a long time, thinking Instagram is hard. When you don't have a core audience and you can't keep touching their pain point, let me tell you something. Anytime I go live or I post something, everybody thinks I'm talking about them. They get mad that they think I'm talking about them, and I'm not. I'm talking to a particular audience who has a particular pain point, particular patterns, particular needs, and that's why they all think I'm talking about them. You need an audience like that. They need to say, she's using the exact words I used this morning. She just expressed a thought I would never say to someone else. Oh my God. See, that's how you build a following. You touch a pain point. But if you're kind of arbitrary and everywhere, then that might be harder for you to do. I'm not saying it's impossible, because remember when I started off, I said, if you are your brand, people are going to love what you do regardless, but you got to start somewhere. Unless you have this kind of catchy persona or personality that people are drawn to, you got to build it. You got to build credibility. Consistency on YouTube is key. It is. When people look for your content and you're not posting it, they go away because they have all other kinds of long form content to look at. Right? So where do you need to be more consistent? Where do you need to pinpoint a particular mind that you're talking to? these things make sense. Stop saying it's hard. It does take effort. But TikTok took effort too. And if you put all of your effort over there, again, you're going to be in the same situation. It's giving instability. Familiar, yes, but also unstable. That's it. I'm off my rant. I hope y'all listen to some of the things that I say and put those plans into action. You can get monetized on YouTube. You could get monetized on Instagram. You could get monetized on Facebook. Facebook has a whole Reels feed. Let go of some of your biases and actually go on there and look, and you will see it's more similar than you think. It's not like Pinterest. Now, I'm not going on Pinterest because that don't serve my function. It works for people. It just doesn't serve what I'm looking for, right? But again, if you came from TikTok, you're most likely looking for a feed. You're looking for short videos. You're looking for sounds, right? You're looking for the ability to, what do we call it? Lip sync, things like that. Other apps have that. Instagram has it and YouTube has it. And that's why I'm on Instagram and YouTube talking to you about this. So are y'all going to relax and expand? Or are y'all going to keep running around in circles and going up and down with TikTok? Because remember, a few years ago, it was something similar. But they was leaking your information last time. That wasn't enough for us. All right, so my Instagram is pausing me due to poor connection, so I'm going to go ahead and end that live. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, oh, wait. I'm not going nowhere because I want to say this too. To creators, if you have to, and this is coming from the bottom of my heart as a creator, if you have to chase down followers to herd them somewhere else where you are, that's not a follower. That's not your core audience that is going to serve your purpose on any platform. If you have to search them down and herd them, go here, you have to lure them, go here and you'll get this. That is not your audience. The people who are your audience, when they first came in contact with you around the first or second time, they started looking everywhere for where you were to see what was going on. They went in your link tree, get a link tree. They went to your YouTube and subscribed, Instagram and subscribed, and they felt weird about it because I used to have people say, I'm not being weird, I just want to follow you. And I would say, that's not weird. That makes sense to me. I do that too. I see a content creator I really enjoy, I go looking for wherever they're at. Those are your people you have to run behind. So some people are like, oh, I didn't get a chance to tell them where. If them people don't know where you at by now, it's to your benefit to start a different audience. So then people were like, are you going to go to Lemonade? No, not going to Lemonade. I'm not trying to reproduce TikTok. TikTok had some beautiful things, some beautiful experiences, some beautiful features and such, but they also had stuff I was tired of. And many times I wanted to deactivate that account. Tell the truth, y'all be going through that. Many times I wanted to deactivate the account because I was over it. But I felt like that wasn't to my benefit because my leads came off of there. So I just pushed past it, overcame it, worked through it, all the things. I'm kind of a little glad it's gone. Kind of a little. Because some of that behavior on TikTok, I was over it. My YouTube audience is not like that. I don't have that experience on YouTube. I don't have that experience on Instagram. That experience was unique to TikTok. And I heard somebody yesterday say, Instagram be so negative. Nothing on my Instagram feed is negative, right? Nothing on there is negative. I'm not saying it's not negative on your feed. That means you need to shift what you're watching, because the only way it's coming there is because you've been watching it. So you must have at some point liked some negative stuff. So go rework it. What comes up on my feed on Instagram is yoga people and celebrities giving emotional wellness tips. Ain't nothing negative about that, right? And I realized on TikTok the same thing. As soon as you plug into the drama, it's gonna fill your For You page with drama. Stop plugging into it. You want to stitch the drama. You want to comment on the drama. Correct people in the comments on the drama. And then you wonder why it's negative. You create that. Okay? Because that's not the only thing on these apps. You got to take some personal responsibility here, right? Um, so I wanted to delete TikTok many times. And sometimes I took a break and it felt so refreshing to have the break, right? So you need to look at that. Why was that happening? What needs to shift to make sure you don't go to another platform and start creating it? Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself, because you know you like drama. You want to hear who broke up. You want to hear all the details and who's fussing about it. You want to screenshot it. You want to say, "Ooh, did you see?" You want to see that. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. You just got to admit that to yourself and stop blaming the app. The app is not negative. What you watch is negative. What you are drawn to is negative, and it shows. I'm just saying. So, are you going to come out of these self-limiting ideas that TikTok benefited from? They benefited from you feeling like you couldn't go to no other app. They benefited from your short attention span and they wanted it to stay like that. They benefited from all the things that people are saying. That is a herd mentality. Can you come out of it? Can you do something different? That's it for today. All right. So, if you want to follow me, you can find me on my website at veronicamarie.com. You need to be able to say that. Not follow me on TikTok. Oh man, TikTok's gone. Now what? Okay, but for real, I do have a new ebook out. It's called Renew Your Mind. It's just a daily reflection, more like journal prompts, right? And why I say it's just a daily reflection, if you're looking for something more in depth, some more strategy, then my first ebook is a good idea for you. It's called Self Intimacy, A Beginner's Guide to Self Discovery. And it's for people who want to think more deeply about their emotional experience. Okay. I also offer one-on-one coaching. You can sign up for that on my website, veronicamarie.com. And stay tuned, because there is more to come from me. I also have my podcasts that are live on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and Spotify. And if you like Podbean, it's on Podbean too. That's who hosts it. And the vision I have for that podcast channel is not like shows, but it's a space for me to just talk when I don't want to come on camera, but I have things to say, then I can put it there. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's not. All right, so that's what you can expect from me. I'm here, I've been here, I'm not going anywhere. I was here before TikTok. And I understand people who were not on social media before TikTok, they could feel lost. I was here before TikTok, and I'm going to be here after TikTok. So you know where to find me. And I do have a link tree. I don't know if it's posted in YouTube yet. I'm going to put it there. But it's definitely in Instagram, where you can see all the places and all the things that I offer. On Wednesdays, I offer a free community stretch every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to get moving and you want to add some stretching to your wellness practice, then join me there. You can send me an email at veronicamarie@mail.com, and I'll send the link to you. All right, so peace and blessings be to you. Enjoy your day, and we'll talk soon.